Hello, I'm Deputy Chief Frank McKinley from the Training and Support Services Bureau. I personally like to take this time to thank you for participating in this training program. This course was designed for the members of Dallas Fire Rescue to emphasize the importance of preventing not only workplace bullying and harassment, but also other forms of these behaviors that extend beyond the workplace. This includes cyberbullying and harassment through social media and other platforms, where some individuals choose to maliciously attack others in an attempt to embarrass or humiliate them. These behaviors do not reflect the high ideals of the Dallas Fire Rescue Department and will not be tolerated. So we ask that you participate in this course in the spirit in which it was intended so that we can better serve the citizens of Dallas. It is important that you read and understand the purpose of this training program. We seek to better prepare your ability to recognize behaviors that are deemed to be bullying or harassment. We want to enhance your ability to manage situations where this type of conduct is observed. We also want to assure that the proper officer or managers are notified when these forms of behaviors are witnessed. And above all, avoid becoming involved in behavior that could be considered bullying or harassment. It is extremely important that you understand the overall goal of this course. It was established to ensure that upon completion of this exercise, that you and other members of the department will demonstrate behaviors that are consistent with the department's rules, regulations, policies, and procedures, along with all federal laws that are applicable to this subject. When we take into consideration the type of characteristics that most firefighters exhibit in the work environment, is friendly and oftentimes playful. It usually involves what we in the fire service consider to be agitation. Agitation is to excite and often trouble the mind or feelings of, disturb. And I'll emphasize the point that is completely acceptable when done with harmless or playful intentions. But when agitation becomes excessive or meant to demean another individual, it can take the form of some other terms that carry very negative connotations, such as bullying. Bullying involves aggressive behavior towards an individual with the intent to offend or diminish a person's self-confidence. Agitation can also be perceived as harassment when this type of behavior becomes excessive and repeated. When attitudes take on the shape of harassment, we approach a much different circumstance that can lead to discipline in some cases. Intimidation is also a form of behavior that is known to be counterproductive in the work environment and will not be permitted. So let's be mindful of this and attempt to avoid this type of behavior in the work environment. If you witness conduct that you believe to be intimidation or any other behavior that is deemed to be inappropriate, make sure that you report this to your supervisor immediately. Understand, one of the most important things we want you to take away from this training is that bullying and harassment are unacceptable forms of behavior, and they will not be tolerated. Again, if you experience or see this type of conduct being displayed, it must be reported. Inform your supervisor, officer, or the appropriate authority of exactly what you experienced or observed, and the situation will be dealt with appropriately. One of the most important goals we've set for this program was to prevent these occurrences from happening to begin with, and this goal is certainly attainable if we show respect for our coworkers. At all times, we must demonstrate the highest level of professionalism to both the public and our coworkers. Avoid serious confrontations. If you're involved in a serious disagreement or a heated argument, step away. Do not use derogatory or offensive language when speaking to someone. This is just common courtesy. Avoid public criticism. If you have something that you need to share with a member, ask to speak to the member alone. And most importantly, treat people the way you want to be treated, and this will certainly facilitate a productive work environment. These few small reminders can help us reach that goal and avoid bullying and harassment within our department. As we transition into the leadership aspect of this program, we must observe the relationship of our members. We must attempt to determine if our members are involved in any activities that could be deemed or seen as inappropriate. If bullying or harassment is taking place, stop it immediately. We must have the courage to redirect those wrong actions, regardless of who's involved. When encountered with a bullying or harassment situation, a simple way to manage this problem is to let the individual or group know that you have been offended. Sometimes when members engage in agitation, they don't realize that they've actually offended someone. So by having a simple conversation with the member or group, we can properly manage that situation with this simple solution. If you feel that your issues haven't been resolved at this level, notify the supervisor in your chain of command. Share with them what you've experienced or what you witnessed. If you still feel that your problems have not been resolved, notify the Human Resource or Equal Employment Office. You have the right to contact them at any time. We have provided a list of signs that may indicate a member is experiencing bullying or harassment. This list includes constant agitation. We must prevent this type of behavior from occurring in any work environment. Mood swings. Talk with your member. Determine what the root cause is for their mood swings. Drop off in performance. Encourage those members. Establish new goals to help them perform better. Does not participate in group activities. Attempt to find activities that involve the interests of all members. It is our responsibility as leaders to coach and counsel our members and provide them with guidance to help them achieve their goals. As we reach the end of this training program, remember that all members of Dallas Fire Rescue are responsible for preventing bullying and harassment from occurring. If it does occur, let the member or group know that you are offended. And if you see it or experience it, report it. And most importantly, treat people the way you want to be treated. I appreciate your time, and remember, everyone deserves a peaceful work environment. Dallas Fire Rescue thanks you for participating in this training program.